I'm back. Is she leaving because she doesn't want people to speak to her? Or is it just the thought of people around her shattering the peace? Before I can think about talking any further, the lunch bell went. I know she was simply taking the opportunity to leave early. Usually claim of students exchanging books for lunch. We go over to her own room, and while Misha distracted, I grab my lunch and head out the door. Yes, Lily already sits in the tea room, setting out her lunch alone. So, Hanako is not here then. Oh, Hisao, is that you? I haven't met Hanako since this morning, I'm afraid. Sorry, Hanako and Lily live next to each other. Some might think their morning conversations were slightly more grounded than Kenji's ramblings. That's strange, she left class early, so I figured that she'd come here. So, she's still leaving class early. Oh yeah, I've seen her doing it a few times. Lily traps her head a little over. Her tone of voice is noted and depressed. Very reminiscent of someone who used to hear bad news. I was so sure that she stopped doing that once you two became friends. Everyone has their own pace, I suppose. Well, I was wondering about just that today. Why does she leave? I'm not entirely sure myself. I personally think it's because she doesn't want to be put in a situation where she has to answer someone. I have a flashback of my first meeting with her when I thought she looked like the cornered animal. Maybe I wasn't far from the truth. But she seems fine with talking to you, and with me. A bit. It's a little more complex than that. I imagine that the first thing most people ask her about is her scars and what happened. She rarely talks about it with me, but I can tell that she doesn't like to remember whatever happened back then. Leaving class and running away from discussions is a preemptive strike if you will. Oh, sorry. Unprofessional. Okay. So then how does that explain her talking to me? You said it yourself yesterday at breakfast you tried to ignore her scars. Once she saw that you weren't going to ask her about that, she opened herself up to you. I wonder if that would happen in real life. Doesn't matter how they are on the outside. If you can look past what they look on the outside, then they will open up their inside to you. Something like that, I don't know, I'm not good. I guess you're right. Maybe, I don't know. You know her better than I. So I'll take your word for it. I wouldn't worry about that. I'm sure you'll come to know her as well as I do soon enough. I welcome the prospect of her having a new friend, and the two of you have such similar interests. Well, no, Hisao likes to read, I like to read, and Hanako likes to read. I've played chess before, I wanted to play it again. Or with checkers, whatever. I've played chess like in video games. Hisao's played legit chess, Hanako's played legit chess. They both have a scar, and I have a scar, I have my own. Seems legit. That's my point. Hanako is still an average person at heart. She also wants company at times like that. I see. I think to be honest, both of you still confuse me a little. That's only natural, Hisao. We've only known each other for a little while, like a week or two. It's unreasonable to expect you to understand us, just as we can't understand you. But that is half the fun of becoming friends, right? Yes it is. Though I suppose it is a matter of us being opposite genders. Men and women do seem to confuse each other quite often. What do you mean? I don't know why she said, just have a light giggle, finding amusement at the odd little details of life. Hope you don't mind, but I'm going to start eating. Nom nom nom. Now go ahead, I think I'll eat something too. I've got some books I want to drop back at the library before class starts, so I better get a move on. You'll probably find Hanako as well. If you do see her, can you tell her to stop by my room later? I'd like to talk to her. Can I come in? Fortunately, I have a class representative meeting later, so I'll be gone as soon as I finish my lunch. Okay then, if you don't see her in the library, then I'll tell her in the class. If I don't see her in the library, then I'll tell her in class. I'm sure she'll be back after lunch. Fall silent and start to eat. Take a second to reflect on our conversation. I've always thought that Hanako's shyness was simply due to her being self-conscious of her scars. That is a pretty superficial way of looking at her. Just when I thought I was able to see through the fog of Lily and Hanako, I realized I'm more lost than when I started. Lily quickly finishes her lunch, acutely aware of her meeting. I don't blame her. Shizune is most likely gonna be there, and I doubt she wants to give her the satisfaction of another argument. I must be off. Same time tomorrow? Well, you know, it's same lunch period. Same time, same channel. I better hard off too. I don't want to risk being late. Lily smiles gently, picks up a cane, and walks out into the hall. Why is my mouse broke? Mouse. There we go. Turn my back on Lily as we head in opposite directions. For some reason, I find myself hoping she doesn't get into another fight with Shizune. As much as I like Lily, Shizune, and Misha, Shizune and Misha have been pretty instrumental in helping me adjust. Even if half of our conversations are thinly veiled recruitment attempts. Then again, I barely know each of them. Maybe they were previously some kind of secret society. Illuminati confirmed! But their love for each other drove them apart. Man, I need to stop reading cheap fiction. It's rotting my brain. Is that why I've got to move away from Kenji and his bad influence? It's sad that I can't tell the two apart anymore. Slide my books down the return chute, and they crash into the cart with a pleasant thud. Oh, jeez, Yuko. Yuko hasn't seemed as impressed as I. You scared me. Sorry, I thought you would be used to that by now. The literacy level here is so low that nobody borrows any books. Huh? No, I think everyone here can be fine. Yeah, never mind. There are some battles you can never win. Trying to explain jokes is one of them. My dad taught me that the hard way. Say, Yuko, have you seen Hanako about? She left class early, but she wasn't in her usual hiding place. I think I saw her sneak in before lunch. Oh, but I'm not supposed to tell anyone that. I just told you that I saw her leave. No need to stress out. Oh, of course. She's probably in the back. Thanks, got any new books recently? No, sorry. I'll let you know when we do, though. Okay. Okay. There's one thing I know about librarians, part-time or otherwise, is that they appreciate people who take a genuine interest in their work. I walked the now familiar path to Hanako's reading nook, picking out a few titles along the way. Sometimes I find it hard to discover a book that would interest me among the shelves. An author's name and a two-word title doesn't mean much in a sea of similar words. I know, right? For that reason, I sometimes reread books. Boy, same here. That I read in the past, better to bet on the favorite than a new runner. An unfamiliar title from a familiar author piece out. Actually, I like reading new books way better than like rereading books. Because I remember them, it's not much of a surprise anymore. An unfamiliar title from a familiar author peeks out among the spines of its neighbors, so I move it from the shelf. At least I'm not going over old material. As expected, Hanako sits on a beanbag buried deep in a copy of Dance, Dance, Dance. Hi Hanako, how's it going? I fought back the urge to ask why she left class so early. Lily's suspicions were right, and ask her about that could have the opposite effect. Best to leave it for the time being. My pinky has gone numb. Sometimes the best way to get it from someone is to never ask the question. Hello, Hisao. I'm fine. So this seems off, and after a couple of seconds I realize what it is. Hanako smiling. How do you not notice that? She looks like she's pleased to see me. It's a nice change from the usual instinctively frightened reaction. Something I hope I can see more as we get to know each other better. Good to hear. How's that book? I heard it's a trip. It's good. I think. I've only just started it, so I don't really know. Fair enough. Let me know how it goes. Let me borrow it once you're done. Sure. There's a good 15 minutes left of lunch, not enough to really get into a book, but too much to stand around doing nothing. Hanako's already returned to her reading, so I doubt I'll get much conversation from her. Oh well, I better make myself comfortable. Slouch into a beanbag and crack open my book. The familiar style of the author leaps out at me from the very first line. The sentences turn into paragraphs and start to relax a little. No matter how I try, I can't seem to get myself into the atmosphere of the book. This is partly due to the lack of time, but the more distracting factor is Hanako. Every 10 or so seconds she peers over the top of a book, but when I aids me, she quickly ducks behind the covers. Isn't that what everybody does? I guess she did want to talk about something after all. What's up? You look like a prairie dog on lookout. Nah, it's nothing. Told you before, nothing means something when you say it like that. Hanako squirms a little in her beanbag, hoping that by changing her position, she'll find the word she's looking for. I'm gonna end it here. It seems like a very, very good place to leave off. As I think I know what happens just by that next sentence.